What's going on, everybody? Blake Neiman at you with another episode of Blake's Take. The Portland Trailblazers have been eliminated from the NBA playoffs in the first round yet again. It was an even series entering Thursday in Game 5, and Damian Lillard did everything he could to get the Blazers in the city of Portland the win. Dame dropped 55 points in a playoff performance. He hit 12 threes in the game, which is an NBA record for most threes made in a playoff game. Many of them coming in Dame time at the end of regulation and the first overtime. Huge clutch performance, as always. One of the most outstanding playoff performances you will see in your life. Once in a generation performance. But Dame can't do it all for the Blazers, even though he tries very, very hard to do so. And even managed to carry his team in the 2 overtimes. Ultimately, his supporting cast could not help him one bit, with Dame scoring 17 points of the Blazers, just 19 points in the 2 overtimes, with the rest of the team just scoring 2 points, which is just not enough to help you out. So they fell short, 140 to 147 in the battle with the Denver Nuggets. And the following game, the Blazers were back at Moda Center looking for some energy from the hometown crowd. But Denver struck early and they didn't look back. Michael Porter Jr. started it off with 22 points in the first quarter with 6 threes, which ties an NBA record for most in a quarter. And the Joker, always doing crazy stuff, and he's the most likely unanimous MVP at this point, despite my hopes and dreams of Curry being acknowledged. But he finished it off with leading Denver on a 28-14 fourth quarter run, taking the series and eliminating the Blazers. The Blazers have now been eliminated in the first round for the 4th time in the past 5 seasons under Coach Terry Stotts, of course, who was, as of Friday, parted ways with the organization after 9 seasons with the team. Stotts in those 9 seasons went 402 and 318 with the Blazers and 22 and 40 in the playoffs. The Blazers made it to the conference finals just 1 time in those seasons, and the conference semis just twice. Some candidates for the new position for the head coach are David Vanterpool, Nate McMillan, Mike D'Antoni, my favorite, and Chauncey Billups. I personally believe that D'Antoni would be a very fitting candidate for this job, as D'Antoni is the most accomplished coach on the market right now. He's made it to the Western Conference Finals 3 separate times as a head coach, but dominant competition prevented him from ever reaching that top of the mountain of the finals. D'Antoni is an offensive genius. He turned Steve Nash and most recently James Harden into MVPs. Just imagine what he could do for Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum. Oh my, offensively they're already great, but making Dame finally get the MVP credit he deserves would be amazing. Speaking of that guy, Dame Lillard, let's talk about him. Will he stay in Portland, or is Dame time finally up? Quite frankly, it's all up to the front office. If the front office decides to actually finally make a move and go out and get some free agents, then so be it. Get some trades with, get some McCollum and out of there, along with some other picks like Anthony Simons, Nurk. Get them all in a package. Get a superstar to go with Dame and get something done. But if that doesn't work out and you don't want to trade away McCollum, they are still solid backcourt, but they are nothing like super special to where they can take down a championship caliber team. But if you want to add a 3rd star, you could probably get Anthony Simons, Nurk, and some other guys in with some interesting caliber of talent, along with many draft picks to send to a team to try and get a 3rd all-star caliber player. That would be definitely a good scenario as well. But the most ideal scenario of the two for me is getting another superstar. This McCollum Dame backcourt, it's great. It's great in the regular season, but in the playoffs, it's just not going to get it done against these high caliber teams with tall guards and elite posts, and it's just not going to get the job done as of right now in this NBA age. So, in my opinion, you trade away McCollum, you trade away Nurk, you trade away even like a guy like Anthony Simons who has a lot of potential, and you maybe even add a draft pick or two, and you go get a big superstar to go along with Dame to pair up. It's probably a more taller guard, even like a forward shooting guard type like Kevin Durant. Obviously, we can't get Kevin Durant, but someone of that caliber, is definitely a superstar, a consistent all-star talent that would be able to make Portland a contender immediately. They're always a playoff contender, but we need championship contention in Portland. So I hope we can make that happen for Dame, this Portland organization. I'm dying here. Portland, we got to get out of the first round. We got to get to championship. Help my boy Dame time out. Get him a good coach. Get him D'Antoni, please. Jason Kidd was a good candidate, but he dropped out of the race, unfortunately, despite Dame's endorsement and him wanting him. But he dropped out of the race, so now I want Mike D'Antoni there. And, obviously, Dame wants him, a great coach, and D'Antoni's very fitting for that. And then get a superstar for Dame, please. Please, I would ask that you do that. Trade away McCollum. This is not working out. It's been too long, very long overdue. We need to make this happen, Portland. Let's go, front office. You can do this. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the take on the Portland stuff. I hope we get something going here, Portland, soon. Our city's dying for a championship. It's been over 2-3 decades now, basically, since we've had one. So come on now. We need a championship back in Portland, and Dame Time's the guy to do it. He's running out of clock, though. He's getting up there in age. So let's make something happen. I'll see you all guys in the next one, and I hope you have a great day.